All right, everyone, going live, going live. Hello, hello, happy Wednesday. Very excited to see all of you. We got people in Zoom, we got people in Facebook, we got people in LinkedIn. Loving this. Loving this. Oh, happy Wednesday. Crystal, Sharon, Aaron, Amy. Oh, Jamie, hello. Oh, so good to see all of you. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, so great. All right, as always, let's start this off with if you can put into chat, what did you have for breakfast? It's an easy one. It has nothing to do with our topic. Let's hear it, ladies. Let's hear it. Egg salad. Interesting choice, Aaron. French toast with sausage. Oh, okay. Okay. Smoothie, granola bar. What did I have? Oh, I went fancy today, ladies. I had an everything bagel with egg. Yep, it was brunch in my defense. I love it, love it, love it. Summer, how are you? It's been such a long time. Good to see you. Oh, great. Crystal granola bar. Congrats on the baby. He's like, what, 2 months old now? 3. Oh, yes. 9-year-old or year old. Whoa. Time's going fast. Not that fast. Um, yeah, yeah, 9 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Trader Joe's olive oil popcorn and gluten-free muffin. Yes. Mandy, so good. Love seeing all of this. Well, all right, let's get kicked off. So, hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Connell. I'm CEO and founder of Prowess Project. As many of you know, what Prowess Project is an online platform that helps women go from home to hired. The way we do that is we offer upskilling, coaching, and access to jobs based on all of the data, the hundreds of data points that we are gathering while you're in our platform. So goal really is it's a one-stop shop for you, and we have a ton of partners out there to help you get what you need so that you feel great taking your next step, whether it is returning to work, pivoting in your career, creating a freelance company, creating a business, going from freelance to W2, all the different things. We're really here to support you as holistically as possible. So that is Prowess Project. And on today's live, I just want to be real and raw about what it's like being a caregiver. We have so many people a part of the Prowess Project community in all the different channels who aren't just moms, but who may be taking care of parents, but also those now who are in the sandwich generation, who are taking care of their parents and taking care of their children and trying to work too. And so right now, I feel very grateful. I am only taking care of kids, but I have taken care of a parent before. So I get it. I get how challenging it is. And so I encourage everyone in the different channels while you're watching this, please do type in to chat if anything here is sounding like, oh my gosh, yes, absolutely, I feel this, or no, I don't feel this, or have you tried this? Because we really want to make this as interactive as possible for everyone. Sometimes it does get tricky when you talk out loud, so like stay muted unless there's something and you're just diving in. You want to go from there. So, top things that we're going to talk about today. One moment. Let me pull up my agenda so we are staying nice and organized. That's something that has been a huge thing for me, is staying organized through all of this. So, one moment. There we go. Okay, top things that we are talking about. First, what has it been like as a working mom or working caregiver, working sandwich generation. First, I'm just going to go through what I am seeing, hearing, feeling that I'd love to hear more from y'all. So, first, we will go over that. Then, we'll be going over what's working and what's not, specifically for me. I'd love to hear if you guys are giving me thumbs up on yes, I'm feeling that way too, or no, that's not working for me. And then, third thing that I want to leave us with is what I am seeing out there from employers. We're all here because we want to make some sort of pivot, some sort of change in our career, and we're juggling all the other things that are life. So, just sharing what I'm seeing because in Prowess Project, I'm the one who's going out and talking to different employers. So, to get things kicked off first, what it's like. So, as many of you know, I started Prowess Project and I was a caregiver ally. I just got married, knew that I wanted to have a kid and also have a career, but didn't know how I was going to do that. Found the Harvard Business Review horrific statistic, and here we are 3 years later, and building this platform to help women everywhere. And I first want to share the amount of and I can never say this word, compartmentalizing needed to be a working caregiver is actually insane. I like full blown insane. I feel like you could slice open my brain and it is like a Rubik's cube of all of these different things that are perfectly placed, and then it like shifts no matter what I'm doing, and then it shifts, and I'm never going to piece it all together, but I just feel like I have this Rubik's cube brain of everything that is going on, and it's so critical that I'm compartmentalizing. Okay, health of baby, eating a baby, play a baby, learning a baby. Then there's my family, and then there's like my dog, and then there's me as a human, and then there's work, and then there's all of you, and then there's the business, and it feels really overwhelming sometimes, and the only way that I've been able to really see it is compartmentalizing it all. The other thing that I feel like it's really been feeling like is I feel like I'm failing someone at all times failing someone. Is it my daughter? Is it my teammate? Is it my coworker? Is it my husband? Is it my dog? Is it my friend? Is it my family? And I know, and I'm sharing this with you because it's not the first time I've heard it. It's not, and I've heard it several times, and I am deeply feeling this too. What it also has been and can people relate to that sense of just like, and I'm not supposed to be using the F word anymore, the fail word, but like, are people feeling that too? That, gosh, I'm just always letting someone down, always letting someone down. And I want to just give permission to get rid of that. Just like, let it go. And I'm not exactly sure how to do that, but that's why I'm talking about all of this in true transparency today. And then the last thing that is not work or that is really coming up for me quite a bit right now is being ruthless with my time, being absolutely unapologetically ruthless with my time. It's really, really interesting. So fast forward or rewind 3 years ago when I started Prowess Project, I constantly was trying to figure out, okay, I need to go to a networking event every night. I need to fill my calendar to do stuff all the time. I haven't seen this friend. I need to catch up with this friend. No. I am so ruthless with my time. I have my two priorities, and it is my family, number one, and it is my work, and everything else right now is falling away. Can anyone else relate to that of just needing to be, as a caregiver, being super ruthless with your time? Interesting. I'm not seeing any in the chat of feeling that way. Maybe it's just me there. And great if that if that is the case. Um, oh, I'm seeing from Leah, I am ruthless with my personal to-dos. I see Nikki feels like she's always failing or letting someone down. I see Crystal lost so many friends recently because of it. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, but hey, guess what? Now you're here and you're making a ton who are in your same boat. I do highly recommend that you join our Prowess Facebook group because this is the kind of stuff we're talking about if you're not already in there. Oh, yes, and all of the guilt that's associated with your when you're having to be ruthless with your time. It's tough. It is so tough. And so those are the things that are coming up for me. Now I really want to shift into what is working and what is not. And so the way that we'll go through this is I want to first talk about what is not working. I'll talk about what's not working for me. And then I'd love to hear some of the things that are not working for all of you. So, top things that are absolutely not working for me. This is a big one. When I was pregnant, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I'll do. This is how I'm going to fit everything in. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. because my baby's going to sleep great because she's going to be on a schedule. And she's going to be a computer and she's just going, I'm going to shut her off at 7 a.m. and I'm going to wake her up at 7 a.m. So I'm going to wake up so early and I'm going to stay up late and I'm going to get all the things done. Uh-huh. Can anyone else relate to that? I literally went into the pediatrician's office. I think our baby was, I don't know, 4 weeks old. And I was like, so I read this book and I'm trying to get her not to wake up at all. And they say I should be doing all of these things. And she looked at me dead in the eye, my pediatrician, and was like, this is a baby, not a computer. So all of these ideas that you had in the past, not happening. And I laugh about it all the time. It's a baby, not a computer. Just like it is with parents that you're taking care of, just like it's friends or family that you're taking care of, you just cannot schedule it. And so that's what's something that is just not working for me. Oh my gosh, I love this. Influencers who are meditating at 4 in the morning and to work out and do all the things. Not here. No, 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 no. Yes, I'm seeing Facebook. Yes, we are. We're all doing our best. We're not failing. We're absolutely not failing. So what are some other things that are not working for you? What are some things that are not working for you as being a working caretaker? Another one that I have is not asking for help. Can anyone relate to that? Not asking for help. Thinking that I can do it all. Another one, need more time to exercise. Keeping my energy up, Kelly, that is a great one. Yep. More take care. Yes. More time to take care of myself. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm loving these. Asking for help, more time to clean up my house. Oh gosh, sister, my house is a disaster. And I do think it's really important to ask for help. And one thing that I have seen that, well, we haven't gotten to what works yet. Anything else that we want to share that's just not working? Because this is a safe space to share. Hey, it's not working. Another one for me is the negative self-talk. And it's like, okay, I need to be perfect. And then when I'm not perfect, it just, Brene Brown says it perfectly. She says it's like this shame spiral. And that's exactly what it feels like. It's negative self-talk and it goes over. It's not working. That sometimes that used to fire me up before being a caretaker, but now I'm realizing it just gives me the negative energy that I'm then putting out onto everyone else. Not working. Not working. Last thing that is not working that kind of really sums up all of this is this idea that I can be perfect still. I've always been, I'm an oldest, but only child, depending on how you're looking at it anyway. And this idea of needing to be perfect and setting the example and doing all the things and being all the places and blah, 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 not working. And that's why this has been really, really freeing to even talk to fellow working caregivers like all of you and hearing the things that just aren't working. Erin, society is exhausting. That we are supposed to be able to do it all because we're not. We're not asking for help. Sharon agrees with Erin on this. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Now let's get into the better. What stuff is working for y'all? Put in the chat. Put in the chat. What is working? when being a working caregiver, what is working so that you're finding some peace? What is working so that you are excited for the next day? What is working so that you can support all your friends and or your family members or be the best you? What is working? Uh, Mandy, so you're the youngest and kind of an only because of the age difference. That's how I am, but the oldest. So I'm the oldest, but there's 9 and 11 years between my brother and sister. And so, yeah, kind of both. Kelly, amazing. I'm actually looking for work from home options on to help really what is working. Love it. Love it. Love it. For me, what is working is first of all giving myself grace. And this is a really hard one to do. And I know that this feels very fluffy because when someone told me it felt very fluffy. But really just being able to take a deep breath and be like, does it matter if the dishes are still in the sink? And you're probably looking at me like dishes are the least of my problems, but that's a bitty bitty example. No, it doesn't matter. Do you want to see like the rest of my office and how like non-perfect that it looks? And I've got the pump here and I got the everything, right? Memes crack me up. Yes, Aaron. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. Another one thing that is working for me, we talk about this a lot at Prowess Project, is leaning into my zone of genius and not worrying about constantly beating myself up or trying to progress or fix my weaknesses. And for all of you that are out there that aren't sure what a zone of genius it is that is the thing that you're doing that you feel like you're in your flow. It's where your passion meets your innate talent. That is zone of genius. And so for me, really leaning into that and designing Prowess Project and where we are going to lean into that so I'm able to do more of that. So it fills me up rather than constantly thinking about all the weaknesses that I have and trying to get it better. So I'm just never feeling that my cup is lifting. So that one has been really, really critical for me. We're getting another comment I love. I try to give myself a cutoff time every night. That is really great. And you won't do anything else in the house. Please let me know if you have any tips on that. Do you put on a timer? What is that? Because I'm having a little issues. But yes, trying to cut myself off. Love, love, love that. Yes. And I also get we have someone in the chat. People have a hard time understanding what is working. Hard time understanding what is working, and that's okay. That's okay. And so, what I would say to that is taking a step back and saying, what is it that I am grateful for? And again, I know this feels like a fluffy one. I know that this one feels like, everyone says that. But I have been doing a lot of deep breathing and thinking through that lately. And whenever I've had a really hard time in my life, what I have really focused on is taking 5 minutes at the end of the day before I go to sleep, whether it's writing it down or just even thinking about it if I can't muster up the energy to actually write down 5 things well, I'm supposed to do 5 things that I'm grateful for, but I'm an overachiever, so I have to do 6 every night, which that's a whole mind game in itself, and that will be for a different day. But really pinpointing what it is that I'm grateful for and then leaning into that. Are those the things that are working? This morning, I went on a walk with my daughter. And so, does that mean that what's working is I need to schedule times every morning for a walk with my daughter? I'm not talking about running. I'm not talking about like checking to see how many laps I get and how quick I'm going and hustle culture and all that bullshit. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a leisurely walk that I was with my daughter, and that made it all worth it. That keeps me going. That is what is working. Can anyone relate to stuff like that? Can anyone relate to doing exercises on being grateful for things? And does that help you throughout the day? What I realize when I do consistently that exercise of whatever I'm grateful for
at the end of the day, whenever I see something that I'm grateful for throughout the day, it instantly makes me smile because I know that I need to remember it for at night. And so then, like throughout the day, instead of looking for all the bad things that are happening, I'm looking for all the good things so that I can put it in my top 6 things that I'm going to have at the end of the night. And so that has been really helpful for me to like hack myself into looking at the good stuff. And something else I want to mention here, and I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I've been thinking about this a lot too, is I go in these cycles of like I'll do this whole gratitude thing and then I'll fall off. And then it will feel so hard to do the gratitude thing again and get started again and feel consistent again because I feel like I failed before. And I just like want to share that because it does feel like a heavy lift to do it every day, or like, oh my gosh, is it going to be another routine that I ultimately don't do? But don't make this that. If you don't get your 6, who cares? If you get your 1, awesome. If you don't get yours for 3 days in a row because it's the weekend and you're tired, or it's the weekday and you're tired, who cares? Yes, I have a hard time sticking to routine. So do I. So do I. That's why you'll see my journals and the date will be like 8/18, 2017, and then the next one you'll see 2/20, 2021, and you're like, "Oh, what I wonder what Ashley was grateful for in those 3 years." Clearly nothing because the world was falling apart, but that's not true. But that's what it would look like in my journal or in my gratitude journal. So that's what we were talking about, other things that are working for me. Anything else that we want to share on that? Reminding myself that this is just a phase, reminding myself that the way I'm feeling right now, it's going to change soon. The reminding myself that I am the designer of my life. I am the designer of my situation. And if I need more flexibility, I need to design my work, my life around what that looks like now. And I need to change my goals and change what I'm doing and change how I'm going to get there to fit my life now. And if that means speeding up on some things and putting pause on the other, that's okay. We've done that a lot with Prowess Project, and Leah and I talk about that quite a bit. Is hey, in this phase in our life, we're going to double down on this aspect of it versus this aspect. And this aspect isn't going away. It's just we're true humans, and this is what we're going to focus on right now. And that's okay. I love that. Not beating myself up about not being consistent. Yep. Yep. I love hearing that. Okay. Anything else before I go into what I am hearing from what I'm hearing from employers? Fantastic. Okay. So what I am hearing from employers, and as a reminder, with Prowess Project, yes, we have this whole side of the platform where we are really helping caregivers get upskilling and networking and advocates and access to jobs. But obviously, I'm talking to employers too who potentially want to hire them. So what I'm hearing over and over and over again from employers is they want top 3 things. First, they want super detail oriented. Well, what are caregivers? Super detail oriented. What I'm also hearing is I want someone who actually cares. I want someone who is going to be part of this organization and give it, not necessarily their all, as in 40 hours a day, but when they're working, be really focused and be in it and care. What are caregivers? Ultra loyal. What are caregivers? Have fantastic emotional intelligence. What are caregivers? People who are fantastic communicators and fantastic at making sure that everyone is feeling valued, which ultimately helps the entire culture of the companies. Yes, I'm hearing that over and over and over again from employers. What I also want you to know is there was a stat that went out a couple years ago from the Modern Family something or other, not the TV show, but some report that 87% of Americans prefer to work for a boss who is a mom. 89%. And why is that? Is because they have more empathy. The communication is better. They understand, well, first conflict management, but also understand what's the important stuff and what's the bullshit. What's the stuff that doesn't really matter at the end of the day? And oftentimes working moms or working caregivers are going to be the people who are going to stand up for you or take the fall or support you and have your back when maybe you weren't at your best. And that's what we're hearing over and over and over again. So the two things I'm hearing. And then the third thing I'm hearing that caregivers innately have is emotional intelligence is the number one trait. The number one trait that they see that's different in great leaders and poor leaders. Great leaders and poor leaders. And what have we talked about this entire time? Emotional intelligence caretakers have in spades. So remember that when you're doing all that caretaking, you are absolutely working those muscles. And you are absolutely working those muscles so that you can utilize them in the work setting. And if this is interesting we can continue to have these conversations in these lives. I realize I talked way longer than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be a quick 15 minutes, but hey, here we are. But we can talk about in future lives of how you do that translating and how you translate these EQ skills and caregiver skills that you're using in this part of your life to an employer. So anything else? Oh, I love that. Crystal, I've noticed that I'm a better manager because I'm a mother. That's huge. That is huge. How do you quantify that? How do you show an example of that? How do you make sure that a potential potential hiring manager or potential client sees that, understands what the results are? We can absolutely talk about that next. We talk about that a lot in our Facebook group. And Leah, if you don't mind, if you can put that that link in the chat, if many of you don't have it, we talk about that quite a bit. But with that being said, I am going to wrap up. Anything else people want to share in the next couple of minutes? I'm so glad y'all were here for me. If anything, this was really cathartic for me. Cathartic, is that the right word? I don't even know. I'm so tired. My computer baby, it must be, I don't know, glitching because she's waking up several times in the middle of the night. So yes, Erin, virtual hugs to everyone. Thank you so much. Really, really great to be here with all of you. We are doing this every week on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Central. I appreciate you all being here while I'm sharing what's going on. All right, everyone. Oh, means so much. Means so much. And all you caregivers out there, keep on keeping on. You got a support group here. Bye-bye now.